This week on the Hooters Tour with Lee Moore and Kim Briel.
Coming up this half hour, some familiar names battling for the title at the Lindsay & Associates National Home Sunshine Classic. The Hooters Tour comes to you from Fayetteville, Arkansas, where Reed, Morris, and McKelvey are three names at the top of the leaderboard.
300 eagles, 3,000 birdies, but no owls. It's the Hooters Tour. Lee and Kim will be right back with highlights featuring some of the best young golf professionals in the world.
Our girls earn their wings every day.
Hooters, it's not just a restaurant, it's an adventure.
If you take fresh eggs, cream, and right off the farm fresh vegetables, add pure vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, natural honey, herbs and spices, and maybe generous amounts of aged blue cheese in just the right portions, blended under refrigeration to the peak of perfection, you'd know why we call our products naturally fresh.
We blended nature's best, naturally.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of This Week on the Hooters Tour. I'm Lee Moore.
And I'm Kim Briel.
This week, Kim, we're in Rogers, Arkansas. It's in the northwest corner of the state, just up the road a bit from Fayetteville, where we have the great University of Arkansas Razorbacks and all their athletic teams. But we're talking golf.
We're talking golf at Lost Springs Golf and Athletic Club. Of course, it's about 6,800 yards, and when the wind blows, the personality of this course does change.
Yeah, but Andrew Morse, he solved a lot of it, and we're going to talk about Andrew and a lot of others, but let's go back to early week activities. Ask any Hooters Tour player, and he'll tell you that the week in Rogers, Arkansas was just about as good as it gets. Monday, and a Pro-Am was held at the Paradise Valley Country Club. A good turnout for this extra event. There were 24 teams at the Lindsay-owned course, and then also on Monday, a big 10-spot qualifier was going on up the road. This put several locals into the Lindsay & Associates National Home Center Sunshine Classic. Michael Pace led the qualifying with a 2-under par 70. Now, as you check out the top 10 scores, a reminder that each Hooters Tour stop has the open qualifier, and for those wanting to enter in this fashion, just check with your local pro. Our Tuesday Bud Light Shootout is a dandy. It's heavily Arkansas flavored, and the betting is a former Razorback golfer will make it to the finals. And that's exactly what's going to happen when it comes down to a couple of roommates on the road. Dean Pappas and Greg Reed are the two left standing at the 9th hole. A couple of South Africans, they attended the University of Arkansas. Dean is going to put his tee ball into the water. Looks like Reed easily. Nope. Reed hits his approach into the wet stuff, and a couple of double bogeys are going to chip off for the Bud Light $400 first prize, and Reed's going to take top money out of the trap. He gets it just a bit closer than his buddy Pappas. Tuesday's Pro-Am Pairings Party downtown at the Plaza Restaurant, and it's a good turnout. Amateurs always get a chance to meet their pro teammates at this event. The Junior Clinic is always a good time for the Hooters players as well as the kids who get a chance to learn from the pros. In the course of a season, more than 2,000 youngsters are going to get to attend these clinics. Wednesday's Pro-Am at Lost Springs and Fun and Prizes are the bywords. The winners of the Pro-Ams first at Paradise Valley and then Lost Springs. Paradise Valley, John David Lindsay's team of Manuel Sanchez, R.L. Gray, Lindy Lindsay, J.D. Lindsay, and Rod Ellis, they take the title with a 16 under par score of 56. The other Pro-Am at Lost Springs, Tim Crockett guided his team of Scott Halsell, Craig Cannon, the popular newsman from K-Hog Television, Charlie Crockett, and Tony Amen to victory. Identical score, 16 under par, 56. Low pro for the day with a course record 64 at Lost Springs, Hooters Pro Chris Stutz. Now, Wednesday actually started with the first ever par 3 tournament held at the Lindsay-owned Lakeside Village Golf Club in Fayetteville, and the players, they loved every minute of it. The Lindy Lindsay design layout was a test for the short irons, and Robert Huxtable out of California won the $1,500 first prize with a score of 2 under par. The players all hope for more of these kind of events in the future. Now, going back to Wednesday, and we talked about Chris Stutz having the course record 64, the final event of the pre-tournament activities was the highly popular long drive competition. Ryder Trucks of Rogers was a sponsor, and a couple of big local hitters walked away with the money. Bobby Wilson, who's one of the top long hitters in the country, booms one for 377 yards, and that was that. Lindy Lindsay, with a persimmon-headed, steel-shafted, low-tech driver, was next at 371. The former University of Arkansas tight end proved the old-type clubs can still get the job done. Wilson picks up a total of $750 for his efforts as owner Jim Lindsay sweetens the pot by $500.
Lost Springs Golf and Athletic Club. It is a Lindsay-owned real estate development.
Lost Springs Golf and Athletic Club in Rogers is the newest championship course in golf crazy northwest Arkansas. Developed by Lindsay & Associates of Fayetteville and designed by Lindsay Lindsay, the 6,700-yard par 72 layout features multi-level greens that place a premium on club selection. The 381-yard par 4 ninth is the devil in sheep's clothing. A good drive will lead the Hooters pros with a mid to short iron into a green surrounded by water on 3 sides. Playing into a prevailing wind to a green only 11 yards deep makes club selection the name of the game. Anything over the green has double bogey written all over it, and the 2 pot bunkers short are anything but a picnic. The 160-yard par 3 15th is a signature hole at Lost Springs and patterned after the famed 12th hole at Augusta National. Swirling winds into a green only 10 yards deep with water and sand short and 2 bunkers over the green make picking the right weapon imperative. Chances are the tournament will be won or lost on this beautiful hole. Lost Springs is proud to be hosting the first professional golf tour ever in northwest Arkansas and knows the Hooters professionals will find its challenge demanding.
A packed week here early at the Lost Springs Golf and Athletic Club. Now, when we came to Rogers, we found Tom Sheely. Tom Sheely is a name you're going to come to know. He has invented a game called On Target Golf. Our guys were out there on Wednesday night playing this game. Really what it's all about is hitting some short irons at targets almost with bankboard kinds of devices. It was fun. Will Blackman was the guy that won the pro competition. Tom Sheely, again, the inventor and developer of this game.
We want to put it into the normal frame of mind. We want the golfer to do it. We also want the family to come out and use it. It's not like mini golf. It's got a 70-yard target, a 100-yard target, 130-yard target, 160-yard target. So it takes some golf skills to play the game.
When we come back, we'll have the early week highlights and we'll talk about a new hog. This kind of hog.
This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Hooters Restaurants. Delightfully tacky, yet unrefined. So we're done with all the early week activities. Now it's time to get to the action. Lost Springs, a brand new course for the Hooters players. And this golf course can change personalities quicker than you can say Tom Shaw. Speaking of Tommy, the kid from Dallas, he'll use his early week play to build confidence. His approach at 17 is just that. It's a par 3, and he'll turn it into a birdie 2. If you are scorekeeping, he's going to have a 71. I always like to watch technician Andrew Morse. Andy and Sue, a good team that almost always finds their way to the leaderboard. 64 for Andy Thursday. This equals the course record, and his par at 17 is going to help. David McCampbell, a winner a year ago at Decatur, is going to collect a first-day birdie at number 2. He's this tour's John Wayne, strong and silent and tough on the golf course. Brian Slevin caught our eye. No, he's not trying to water ski. No, he's not trying to play water polo either. Brian is a pro golfer at work. Today, it appears, though, he's superintendent of the water department, and the water's going to win. McCampbell and Slevin will miss the cut, but they're going to be back. So will Brent Hazen. Check this action at 18. Hazen has a chance for eagle. He'll settle for the birdie. Brett Johns, ditto. He'll get his 4. Neither's going to make it to the weekend cut, but they did, like some others, have some good shots early. Again, Andrew Morse gets our Naturally Fresh Points Championship, low round of the day, and $250. Nice going, Andrew.
I appreciate Naturally Fresh for the bonus money. Take care of a few expenses this week, and it was just fantastic. The group played wonderful, and actually the only disappointment was on 18 when I didn't get up and down from the fringe for 9 under.
Well, as my colleague Lee says, this is the device that can help you bring home the bacon.
We're in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and the Arkansas Razorback athletic teams are the pride of this state and every town they're in. Now, there are hog fans aplenty, and the most recent hog handle has been put on a putter. The Hog. It's the brainchild of Dave Billings of Dallas, Texas, a former club salesman. It's not the prettiest club you'll ever see, but players who use it, including Arkansas basketball coach Nolan Richardson, swear by it. Former PGA Tour player Joey Dills is a Hog fan, and that includes the odd-looking putter that is the talk of the area.
It is funny. We've got an ad that will be out at the PGA show, and it says, Porco, or call me what you want. I'll see you on the green.
The Hog Putter. It just might take you from being Miss Piggy at your club to the Boss Hog. The Hog Putter. We'll look for it. Now, speaking of looking for, how about Friday? The second day of tournament play, and things get even a bit more serious. $100,000 gets the adrenaline flowing, and the shot making has to be even a bit more precise. Let's sample the offerings of the great young players on the Hooters Tour. Jeff Lee of Dallas at hole 3. He'll have an eagle chance and just misses, but he'll make his bird. His second straight 71's going to put him in for the weekend. Patrick Tessman is another with a chance for eagle at the same hole. He's just off the mark. He'll not make the cut, but Patrick, who's from Sweden, continues to improve. Brian Cortan of Spearfish, South Dakota, is one of the smaller players on the Hooters Tour at 5'6". But watch this good approach on 12. It will lead to a birdie, helps to put him in the field for the weekend, and on this day, he's 4 under par 68. Chris Stutz of Tempe, Arizona made news earlier this week with a course record 64. The second day of the Sunshine Classic, he'll post a 68. He's 7 under for the weekend. The approach at the par 5 12th is going to help him to his birdie. The main man continues to be Andrew Morse. He's making putts. This one helps him to 2 days of 12 under par and the lead. Our Naturally Fresh Low Round of the Day award goes to Jason Biddick, who set a new course record with a 63.
I made 6 birdies on the back 9, which was my front 9. Birdied every hole except for the par 3s. And turn to the front 9. I was hitting a lot of punch shots, which you really need out here because the wind was really blowing. And was able to make 3 more birdies on the front side. I made 2 birdies and an eagle, and 1 3-putt on number 4. And everything seemed to go my way every time I missed a fairway. instead of being underneath one of the Christmas trees they have out here, I seemed to have a pretty good lie and was able to make a couple birdies out of the rough instead of bogeys.
So again, Andrew Morris, our leader after 36 holes at 12 under par. Now let's take a moment to meet 5 of our Hooters Tour players.
My name is Scott Olds. I'm from Antioch, California. I'm a 1995 Hooters Tour member.
Hi, my name is Brian Corton. I'm from Spearfish, South Dakota, and I'm a member of the 1995 Hooters Tour.
Hi, I'm Hank Smith. I'm from Waycross, Georgia, and I'm a member of the 1995 Hooters Tour.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Lorio. I'm from River Ridge, Louisiana, and I'm a member of the 1995 Hooters Professional Golf Tour.
Hi, my name is Pat McCormick. I'm from Hutchinson, Minnesota, and I'm a member of the 1995 Hooters Tour.
Hi, I'm Denise from Hooters of Fayetteville. Coming up next, we have the Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce Player of the Week on Prime.
This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Bud Light, won't fill you up and never let you down, and by Naturally Fresh Foods, preservative-free salad dressings, sauces, and dips.
Next is Lady. Exceptional sheen. Oh, very good color. Prince. Hands.
Oh, such stateliness, such majesty.
Larry. Larry!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
The best of show? More?
Fellow Americans, recently it's been reported in the national media that I am preoccupied with Hooters. I wish to state for the record that I have not been sneaking out in the middle of the night and going to Hooters. Reports that I have been seen eating a big plate of nearly world-famous chicken wings are simply not true. It's just another attempt to discredit the policies of this administration. Thank you.
So far, Andrew Morris has a death grip on first place. Let's check Saturday's highlights.
Lost Springs Golf Club and Andrew Morse ready to set up shop as the touring professional. After leading off with a 64, Andrew has held the lead through 54 holes. Morse moves to 13 under par on the par 5 third hole, extending his lead to 3 over the field. On the par 4 ninth hole, Andrew throws in a great shot, setting up a birdie 3, and he'll turn at 16 under par. On the par 5 12th hole, this approach sets up yet another birdie, his 5th on the day. He'll close his round with a birdie at the par 5 18th hole, posting a 65, and the leader by 4 at 19 under par. Rob McKelvey of Lawrenceville, Georgia is in the second position. On the par 5 12th hole, Rob makes this approach, setting up a birdie. He's at 14 under par. We'll pick him up again on 17, the par 3. Here's a look at his swing. And Rob makes birdie, posting a 66 and 15 under par heading into Sunday. Greg Reed of Fayetteville, Arkansas, followed rounds of 68, 67 with another 67. A birdie on the par 3 second hole moves Greg to 10 under par. Another birdie at hole number 3, and he trails Andrew by 2. Greg will birdie the 9th hole, turning at 13 under par. His final birdie came at the par 4 13th hole. He'll trail Morse by 5 heading into Sunday. A couple of other names to watch out for: Kevin Kraft of Orlando, Florida, capable of taking the score low, and Stephen Larrick of Blythewood, South Carolina. He's been in the hunt several times before. Taking a look at the leaderboard through 54 holes again, Morris at 19 under, McKelvey 4 back at 15 under, Larrick and Reed both at 14 under, and 4 players are tied 6 back at 13 under. They include Kent Jones, Steve Pope, Chris Stutz, and Kevin Kraft.
Sort of an oddity, you didn't see Rob Mangini on the scoreboard with his 64, but it was the naturally fresh low round of the day.
there wouldn't be a tour out here if it wasn't for Naturally Fresh and for Hooters. So $250 is definitely going to spend well with me, sure.
Well, 3 rounds of golf are over here at Lost Springs. It's time for the last 18 holes.
Andrew Morris, with a 4-stroke lead, was hoping for yet another sub-70 round. Andy makes his first birdie of the afternoon on hole number 5. This gives him a 5-stroke lead for the time being. Rob McKelvey gets on a roll shortly thereafter. Rob birdies number 6. He now sits at -17. On hole number 7, McKelvey overshoots the green and has this chip. His address is good, and he will drop it yet for another bird. And now just 2 strokes off the pace. Morse makes a bogey 5 at the 8th hole, and now the margin is just a single stroke. One group ahead is Stephen Larrick of Blythewood, South Carolina. Larrick started the day 5 back of Morse. Stephen will go 4 under for the day here at the par 5 10th hole. Had that chip gone in, he would have been tied for the lead at 19 under par. Andy wouldn't give up. A great par-saving putt at hole number 11 keeps him in the lead. He'll take the lead on hole number 12 with this approach that sets up a birdie 4. Andrew is now at 20 under par. He'll put the pressure on Larrick with this birdie at hole number 17, moving him to 21 under par. Larrick would need a birdie at 18. He won't get it, and he'll settle for a par and 2nd place. Andrew Morse wins for the 2nd time on the Hooters Tour.
Feels really good, especially to get the 2nd win, and just the way that I did it, you know, really forging ahead, and then maybe at the end there was a little pressure there and handling that and making the clutch putts when I needed to. Yeah, it does. It feels real good.
The 72-hole leaderboard, again, Andrew Morris on top. Stephen Larrick won back in 2nd place, with Dave Schreier jumping 10 places with his 64 today. Pappas and McKelvey are next, with 4 players finishing at 16 under par. The Naturally Fresh Foods low round of the day goes to Dave Schreier of Peachtree City, Georgia, who fired a final round 64.
The points list gets me a point on the points list as well. You know, it's really nice of them to do that for us. Gives you a little extra incentive to go out there and play really hard. And $250, everybody can use that. So we're just really happy to have them as our sponsor.
Javier Sanchez has literally come a long way in the last few years. He is our Jackaroo barbecue sauce player profile.
Javier Sanchez knows tough times. Born in Mexico to a large family, and digging a living out of the dirt was hard. Like so many others from his country, Javier made his way, with help not fully legal, to a job at a golf course in California.
When I came, you know, my uncles, they brought me to Tijuana, and then they came across the border and borrowed this green card from another guy that looked kind of like me. You know, we paid him $50, and he went back to Tijuana and brought me in his car, and I drove with him, and he says, when we get to the customs there, don't say anything, you know, it's just, I'll handle the whole thing. You just hand me your green card and I'll talk to the officer there.
The job at the club for Javier was easy. Learning English was not.
For a while there, I didn't think I was going to learn at all. You know, it was so hard, and I'm going, what these people are saying, you know, and once in a while I catch something that really stick to my mind, and I ask what that word meant, and that's how I started picking it up. And then later on I took some night classes. You know, I went to school at night so I can learn a little bit.
Obviously, understanding things for Javier had their good and bad days. Now, he learned to play the game of golf by watching others. It was strange, but looked like fun. He became very good very quickly. He even thought being called a sandbagger was a compliment.
Especially my first tournament that I played in golf, they were calling me sandbagger, and I thought they were complimenting me because I shot a good round. My first time I broke par. I broke 80.
The story of Javier Sanchez has started to read like a Hollywood script. He's won a lot of money and almost won a tournament on the Hooters Tour. He's very good, so good, this product of a dirt farm in the poor Mexican town of Taustan has played in the last 3 United States Opens.
A lot of people out here, you know, that they wish they can get there one time.
The script continues to be written on Javier Sanchez. And with wife Cynthia and new son Nicholas, he's making his way to a possible spot on the PGA Tour. Now that would make a perfect ending. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to show you the guys that are leading in the money department. Also, we're going to check out that important Naturally Fresh Points Championship race.
Stay tuned for more Hooters Professional Golf on Prime.
My barbecue sauce has the big, bold taste that really makes barbecue taste great. Barbecue sauce.
That's not barbecue sauce. This is barbecue sauce.
Jackaroo barbecue sauce. Big taste from a big place.
This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce, a big taste from a big place.
Lost Springs Golf and Athletic Club, I cannot remember when a first-time event has been as successful as the one has been this year.
I can't either, Kim. I've been to a lot of our tournaments, probably somewhere over 80, and the people here, Jim Lindsay, Win Bullington, the people at the golf course, the people in the community, the media, and everyone, and especially this week, Marvin Movick. He was one of the finest volunteers I've ever seen. He kept that range looking so neat and so great, and we're grateful for volunteers.
Absolutely. He was so excited, made our guys feel like they were playing the PGA Tour. That's no exaggeration.
Yep. So thanks to Marvin and thanks to all those other people that have helped us this week. Now, as we say goodbye, we want you to check out our money list, who's leading up there, and then that big Naturally Fresh Points Championship race. Kim and I will see you again next week right here on This Week on the Hooters Tour.
If you like the clothes that Kim and Lee are wearing, call the Hooters Merchandise Catalog at 1-800-961-2231 for all Hooters of America apparel.